Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Macomb, Illinois, Washington Street Gym, as we are here just in time for the national anthem. Because of YouTube reasons, we'll take a break and bring you back as the Blue Bullets and the Bombers get ready to do battle here at the Washington Street Gym.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
I would have to say that is the most rewarding part of what I do, making a difference in people's lives, taking care of the women from puberty on through postmenopausal stages and seeing them go through the phases and stages of life.
And welcome back to Washington Street Gym in Macomb, Illinois, as we're here for, well, I'm old, so it feels like an old Olympic Conference basketball game this morning here as the Macomb High Bombers girls basketball plays host to the Blue Bullets of Knoxville. Starters being announced now. So there you have the starting lineups. We'll go through them as well. For the Knoxville Blue Bullets, it's Addie Orr, a junior. Number 5. Number 22 is Madison Hilgenberg. She's a junior. Number 34 is Natalie Harshbarger, a sophomore. Number 40 is Carson Cowman, a freshman. And Lexi Harshbarger, a junior, the other starter for the Blue Bullets. The Blue Bullets get the ball first on the jump. Macomb will have the possession arrow. For the Bombers, number 1 just got her new bucket hat for being a TSSR Bad Boy Mowers Athlete of the Week, presented by Ron LB Auto Sales earlier this year. It's Kylie Robinson, a junior. She wore number 1. Down and basket is good for Lexi Harshbarger. And the Blue Bullets off to an early 2-point lead. Robinson, a baseline jumper is good. She's got her first 2. Also starting, number 5, a junior, Catherine Stortzum. Number 10, a junior, Drew Creasy. Senior, number 12, Haley Emmerich. And junior, number 32, Madeline McClure, starting for the Bombers today. 2-2 after the turnover there by the Blue Bullets. McClure's shot is partially blocked. It'll go back the other way on the hands of Natalie Harshbarger. She gets it over near side to Addie Orr. Stripped away by Robinson as she spun right into Robinson. Little Euro step, and they're going to call her for the travel. 6:35 remaining in quarter number 1. Bombers and Blue Bullets tied at 2. Blue Bullets in the dark navy with gold numbers. Macomb in their home whites with orange numbers and black Bombers written across the front. Some black striping as well. Nearly another steal, but getting it up and getting it in is Madison Hilgenberg. She'll have her first two. And the Blue Bullets take the lead, 4-2. Hop into live chat. Tell us where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. We love to see both teams represented in that live chat. If you'd be so kind, share the link so everybody knows where to find today's game if you haven't done so yet. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Hulett PubliPro LLC YouTube channel. Tons of great high school sports all school year long will be available here, as well as you can watch some. There's a three on the way. It rattles in, rattles out, and rattles back in. A three-pointer for Natalie Harshbarger, the sophomore. Hits the triple, and it's a 7-2 lead. Robinson pull-up jumper, counted and a foul. Kylie Robinson gets her second bucket of the game. She's got 4. Foul called on number 40, Carson Cowman, her first. Old-fashioned three-point play attempt coming here for Robinson. She gets it to fall. She's got all 5 of the Bombers' points thus far. $5:10 remaining, and then a nice drive to the basket for Orr, but she can't finish. Going to go off of Robinson out of bounds. Carson Cowman battling for it with Robinson. A lot of contact down there. No foul called either direction. An inbound pass. Up top, free throw line jumper is going to be short off front iron, but it's going to go right back to Hilgenberg. Now 3 top of the key. Harshbarger left that one short. And on the baseline was the other Harshbarger. The shot was by Lexi. The rebound by Natalie. Well, the pass kind of, but she bounced it on the inline, out of bounds. Possession back to the Bombers. A chance to tie or take a lead here. 7-5 the score. Blue Bullets lead early. And the shot no good. Back to do the Blue Bullets. Chance to build on their 2-point lead now. 4:30 remaining in the first quarter. Shot by Harshbarger off right, no good. She tracks down her own rebound. Natalie Harshbarger gets it across to Lexi Harshbarger. Now up top to Orr. Natalie with it now near side. Skips it back across to Lexi. 2 Harshbargers playing catch. That one was off, no good. And a rebound for Hilgenberg. Down low, Cowman with it. She gives it to Harshbarger. Skips it across Lexi Harshbarger now for 3. It's long. And the size advantage giving the Bombers problems on the glass as the Blue Bullets have a notable size advantage. Robinson pull-up jumper off, no good. Ball tipped around, rebounded by Cowman. Creasy knocked it away momentarily. Unfortunately, it went right to Lexi Harshbarger, and the Blue Bullets take it back the other way. I guess unfortunately if you're a Bombers fan. Fortunately if you're a Knoxville Blue Bullets fan. Robinson nearly had to steal from Orr. Orr finally tracks it down, gets it to Cowman. Skips it across Natalie. Back to Lexi Harshbarger again. She pulls up, leaves that one short as well. And in frustration as Lexi Harshbarger is going to pick up her first foul, team second. Subs coming in and going out. Stortzum leaves. Sophie Wilson comes in. Subs in for the Blue Bullets as well. Number 33 is Lainey Tuthill. She replaced Cowman. Emmerich with it, out at the 10-foot line of the volleyball court, trying to set up the offense. Now Robinson's going to try and drive. She skips it across to Wilson. Back to Robinson. That was Creasy, excuse me, not Robinson. Down there. Now Emmerich with it. Wilson looking up to Creasy. 2:43 left here in the first quarter. Knoxville has had a lot of looks at the basket and not shooting very well. And Bombers have not been able to take advantage. There's a shot missed by Wilson. Blue Bullets back the other way. Also in the game, number 23 is Emerson Rask. She loses the ball there. Creasy pushes it back the other way for the Bombers. Near side it comes to Emmerich. Kylie Robinson with it now, back up to Emmerich. Bombers slowing things down. Ball spending a lot of time outside the circle. As there's a shot by McClure off, no good. Tuthill was on defense there. May have got a hand on it. Not sure. Rask with it now. Looking back to Tuthill. Is going to give it to Lexi Harshbarger instead. Harshbarger nearly traveled. She gives it off to Hilgenberg. Now Lexi Harshbarger with it. Oh, that was Rask over there, excuse me. Orr gives it to Hilgenberg. Down to Orr, and Orr's left-handed layup off, no good. Creasy with the rebound, 1:35 remaining. Again, another good look at the basket and cannot finish. And the Bombers miss a shot as well. Offense has been a premium here in this one, and it's ball just not finding its way in. Both teams scored quickly to begin the game, and then his cap has been put on the basket. Wilson's going to pull up, ties it at 7. Great save in by Robinson. Sophie Wilson gets the bucket, and we're tied at 7 with 1 minute remaining here in the first quarter. And as I say that, 1 minute remaining, and Creasy's going to pick up the foul. It's her first, team's first. Emmerich's going to take a seat. Kendall Danner checked in, number 22. No, who is that? No, it's Kennedy Allensworth, number 23, is checked in for the Bombers. Hilgenberg, a notable size advantage on Wilson, who's doing a good job trying to front her in the post. Away from the basketball. Man, Stortsom, who's back in, is battling with Rask as well away from the basketball. You can tell Coach Kane has said, hey, I know we're outside. We got to front them in the back when they get into the post. Allensworth doing the same to Tuthill, and then looking for some backside help if they try the lob. And there's the lob, and there comes the backside help, and a travel's going to be called. Good defense. They made him go over the top, and Stortsom come over to help defense, and Hilgenberg traveled with it with 18.9 seconds to go. They have had some shots, have the Blue Bullets. They just cannot get anything to fall. The Bombers haven't had a whole lot more luck than that. Layup off, no good. Foul's going to be called. 2 shots coming for Kylie Robinson and the Bombers. Foul's going to be on number 21. That is Callie Nelson. She'll get her first. Team's third. First free throw by Robinson is off, no good. Callie Nelson gets her first foul. Robinson 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Make it 2 of 3. Gives the Bombers a 1-point lead. Their first lead of the game at 8-7. 5 seconds, 3 seconds. Tuthill got to put it up. She does throw it up, and it might go in, and it does. And Tuthill gets the bucket at the buzzer. So there's been 2 lead changes and 1 tie so far here in the first quarter. It's 9-8 Knoxville at the end of 1 quarter of play. We'll take a break, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH right after this.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
MDH Sport Medicine Rehab is just not for the athlete. We see a variety of ages, getting them from having pain to no pain to get back to their normal activities and their prior level of function.
Welcome back to Washington Street Gym in Macomb, Illinois. As the Bombers start quarter number 2 off with the basketball. No jump balls, oddly enough. And a foul right off the bat. 2 free throws coming for Catherine Stortzum. I think the foul's on number 34 or 40. See what they put it up there. 34. Natalie Harshbarger gets the foul, her first. Team's first of the quarter. First free throw by Stortzum is off, no good. She has not scored yet here in quarter number 2. Hasn't scored at all in a game for that matter. Just underway, the second quarter, 12 seconds in. She hits her second free throw, and we're tied at 9. 2 ties, 2 lead changes. Starters are back on the floor for, and a foul. That nearly went in. Emmerich's going to pick up the foul. Hilgenberg is going to go to the line. Emmerich picks up her first, team's first of the quarter. Knoxville shooting their first free throws of the game. They'll come off the hand of junior Madison Hilgenberg. Her first one is good. Nothing but net, tons of arch. Great looking shot. 7:35 left, and both teams will have already shot 2 free throws after this one from Hilgenberg. She hits them both. She's 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Knoxville back up by 2, 11-9, 7:27 to go. Oh, what a crossover by Robinson. Pull up, left it short. Rebound to Kennedy Allensworth. On the ground, picked up by Stortzum. Her shot's off, no good. A lot of contact down there. No foul called. Stortzum trying to get a steal in the backcourt. Lexi Harshbarger pushes it up. Skipping it across to Orr, and Stortzum gets there just in time. Orr puts up the 3. It's off, no good. Robinson with the rebound, and she gathers it up. Gives it off to Emmerich. 7 minutes remaining in the first half. Sophie Wilson down to Allensworth. Allensworth drives baseline, tries to kick it out to Emmerich. Not a good pass, but Emmerich tracks it down before it goes over and back. Wilson with it again. Tries to get to a cutting. Stortzum can't do it. Now it's going to go to Allensworth again. She gives it off to Stortzum. 6:32 and over and back that time. Flirted with it once. Happened a second time with 6:30 remaining here in the first half. It's 11-9 Blue Bullets. An old Olympic Conference matchup on the floor right now. And there's Robinson with a steal. She just reached in and mugged her, and she pulled up and might have got away with a travel. Kylie Robinson gets her 8th point. And we're tied again, this time at 11. 6:12 remaining. And now a steal by Emmerich. Emmerich's going to drive, goes, oh, what a pass to Robinson from Haley Emmerich. Robinson's got 10, and the Bombers take the lead. 13-11, another lead change. 3 ties, 3 lead changes now. 5:48 to go. There's a steal by Robinson on a nice little give and go. Robinson's going to be blocked by Hilgenberg, and she'll go back the other way with it in a hurry. Now it's going to be Kalman driving, and she's going to get called for the charge. Haley Emmerich got into position and draws the charge on Kalman. Kalman's going to pick up her second foul, team's second of the quarter. 5:34 remaining. Subs coming in for the Bombers for the first time tonight. Aaliyah Abernathy, excuse me. Kalman picks up her second foul, as I said. Still Bombers up by 2. Chance to take their biggest lead of the game with 5:25 remaining in the first half. Stortzum, oh, nice pick and roll to Allensworth. Count it. Kennedy Allensworth gets her first 2 of the night, or the afternoon, or morning. What is it still? It's still morning. 11:20. In the morning, a little odd time for a basketball game. There's a shot. A 3 is good for Addie Orr. Addie Orr hits the 3-pointer. It's down to a 1-point game, 15-14. Bombers have not hit a Sports Corner 3. Robinson pulls up. Hilgenberg is going to foul her. Hilgenberg is going to pick up her second, I do believe. Nope, that'll be her first. Team's third. 2 more free throws for Robinson. First one is good. She's got 11. Bombers retake a 2-point lead. Tuthill coming in. Cowman is out. Lexi Harshberger out as well. Rask and Tuthill come in. Second one is good also. 12 points now, including 4 of 5 free throw shooting for Robinson. Now Robinson with a steal. Full court pressure. Up top it comes to Emmerich as the Bombers reset the offense. 4:40 remaining in the quarter. 3 on the way by Stortzum, off no good. A rebound to the Blue Bullets. And the Bombers using some pressure. They're outsized, but the speed is definitely in the Bombers' favor. Rask with it now. So the Bombers trying to change things up a little bit. Tuthill has it slip through her hands after Abernathy slid in between her and the ball. 4:15 to go, 3 on the way. What a forced-up shot in a big way. Allensworth comes down with the rebound. Kennedy Allensworth has 2 points tonight. So we approach the halfway point of quarter number 2. Robinson with it, halfway through, 4 minutes down, 4 to go. And Stortzum has it now right side, and it's going to be driving is Emmerich, and she gets called for the travel. The Blue Bullets picking up the defensive intensity a little bit right there in the half-court set. Tuthill is going to get it to Natalie Harshbarger, who loses it. Tuthill is going to track it down. It's rolling around on the ground. Still on the ground. It's going to be finally Allensworth picking it up, and she's going to go back for a chance at a right-handed layup, and she gets it. That ball touched about 7 players before Allensworth finally came up with it. She's got 4 points, and the Bombers have their largest lead of the game at 5, 19-14, 3:20 remaining in the first half. It was 9-8 Knoxville at the end of the first quarter. Natalie Harshbarger has went to a post position. No, that's Natalie. I don't have number 24 on my roster, folks. I'll see if I can figure out who number 24 is. If there's anybody from Knoxville watching, tell me who number 24 is for Knoxville. I do not have them on my roster. If I look at the JV roster, well, Callie Nelson is number 21, so that doesn't help me either. Stortzum picks up the foul for the Bombers, her first, team's second of the quarter. More subs in and out for the Bombers. Wilson is in there. So we'll touch base, tell you who's on the floor. Abernathy, Robinson, Creasy, Allensworth, and Wilson on the floor for the Bombers. It's Addie Orr, Lexi Harshbarger, Cowman, Hilgenberg, and Rask on the floor for the Knoxville Blue Bullets. 2:33 remaining in the first half. Lexi Harshbarger with it. Oh, look to Orr, wanted a backdoor cut. She tries it again, can't get it done though. Good defense back there by Drew Creasy. Drew Creasy is sagging way off down underneath the basket as Orr was clear out of the three-point line, but the size advantage for Knoxville is making the Bombers want extra help, and Creasy's got the speed to close, so she's sagged way down, and she stays under the basket. Lets Orr get out to the three-point line, and the Bombers, now it's going to be Robinson as Lexi Harshbarger put up the shot. Robinson, a good defensive form. Foul's going to be called on the Blue Bullets. It's going to be on Cowman. That'll be her third. Carson Cowman picks up the foul. Her third, team's fourth. Bombers will have the basketball with 1:51 to go and a chance to build on a 5-point lead. Mr. Forker does the hand signals the old-fashioned way, one-handed, and didn't get very close to the bench, so they had to come over and verify that he wanted it to be on number 40. Now down to Madeline McClure, shot up. Nope, it's going to be a travel with 1:37 remaining. She did a little slide step, and that's what got her. As we approach the halfway point here at Washington Street Gym, Blue Bullets trail by 5. McClure is going to pick up the foul as Lexi Harshbarger took it right at her. It'll be the first on McClure, make it the second on McClure. Nope, first on McClure. Team's third. Couple free throws coming here for Lexi Harshbarger. She hits the first. She's got 3 points. She scored the first basket of the game for the Blue Bullets, and it's had been quiet since. There's 90 seconds left here in the first half. 1:30 on the clock. Second one good as well. Blue Bullets 4 of 4 from the free throw line. They haven't shot as many free throws as the Bombers, but they're shooting them well. 1:25 left. If the Blue Bullets were shooting half as good from the field as they've been shooting from the free throw line, this game would not be a three-point game. It'd be a whole lot more than that, as I forgot to put the basket. A travel called on the Bombers, and a chance like eerily similar to the end of the first quarter. These two teams struggled to score in the middle stages of that quarter, and then they both made some points at the end of the quarter to make it 9-8. We'll see if the Blue Bullets can close it back up and take a lead at the end of this quarter. They trail by 3 right now. It's 58 seconds remaining. Up to Hilgenberg it comes, 53 seconds. Pass down to Hilgenberg, back to Orr. 48 seconds, a long shot off, no good. Rebound's going to be picked up off by Lexi Harshbarger, tipped away by Abernathy, out to Orr. Orr's going to try to dribble, 36 seconds remaining, goes back to Harshbarger. And Abernathy is going to knock it out of bounds, and she took 2 huge slaps at the ball, and neither one of them looked like they actually got ball, but there was no foul call. Checking into the game was Kendall Danner for the Bombers as Abernathy takes a seat. Oh, nice fake give and a bucket for Natalie Harshbarger. That was, everybody expected that fake to go to the inbounder, and she just faked it. Both defenders followed the inbounder, and Harshbarger got a wide open left-handed layup. It's a 1-point game. 3 on the way, off, no good. And the Bombers, Danner saves it in. Wilson, 8 seconds. Looks down to McClure. McClure's turnaround. Her shot's up and in. Madeline McClure gets the bucket, and the Bombers lead by 3 again, and that's the end of the first half. Oh, man, that was close. From about 3/4 court, it hits front iron, off, no good. At the end of the first half of play, it's been a good one. Largest lead of the game was 5 for the Bombers, and it's 21-18 right now as we enter halftime. The Macomb High Bombers lead the Knoxville Blue Bullets here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, as you're watching Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage of Macomb High Sports on TSSR Game Time Live. And we have a word here at the half from our title sponsor, McDonough District Hospital.
As you know, MDH is our title sponsor here on TSSR Game Time Live, and we're here with Lindsay Douglas, the Director of Physician and Provider Recruitment. I about left out provider out of that. So Physician and Provider Recruitment here at MDH. It's a huge mouthful for me, so explain to us what that is.
Sure. So I am in charge of bringing in candidates for both physician and provider positions here at MDH. So provider meaning anything like nurse practitioner, advanced practice nurse practitioner, physician assistant, things like that. So I source those candidates, bring them in, and try to find the best providers and physicians to provide care at our facility.
So you found a home at MDH. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? How long have you been here? Stuff
Sure.
like that.
So I am from Macomb originally. I graduated from Macomb High in 2009, graduated from WIU in 2014, studied communication there, and started my career in politics and worked for a couple different state representatives and state senators. Then found myself in the educational realm for a little while at the Regional Office of Education, and eventually found myself here at MDH. I started here in February of this past year. I started out as patient advocate, and this role opened up, and I'm now in the role of director of physician and provider recruitment.
Obviously, McDonough District Hospital, very important to Macomb.
Sure.
And it's the communities not only of Macomb, but Bushnell, Colchester, Blandonsville, Industry. You're from here. So what was it that drew you back here and got you to stay here at MDH?
So MDH is like home to me. I am a 4th generation MDH employee. So my great grandma Nancy Weaver was one of the first nurses that they hired when the hospital opened in 1958. My grandma started working here maybe 10 to 15 years after that. She started as a CNA on acute care, and then she worked in peds, and eventually she worked as the unit secretary for home health and hospice, and she retired from that position after being at MDH for a total of 50 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah. My mom is here as an administrative secretary. She's Brian's administrative assistant. And so I'm now here as a 4th generation employee of the hospital. So it was kind of a thing where I always thought I might end up at MDH just because of that family legacy of working in healthcare.
So before we came on camera, I heard a story. You guys were at a speaker recently, and you got to be there with your mom.
Yeah.
Does that make it really special to be a part of MDH, to still have your mom working here?
It's so cool. My mom is down the hall from me. So if I need something in the middle of the day, I can run down the hall and grab her. But it's also just cool to think about like the legacy that leaves in the community, especially being 4th generation and female. I think that's just a really special thing for my family and for this community here.
So as we look at those kind of, you have a personal connection here. How do you use those personal connections when you're out trying to recruit a physician or a provider?
Sure. So I use the story a lot of my office, actually. So I'm in room 318, which was a room for patients at one time, and now they've converted it into an office space. And one of my favorite stories to tell physicians is that my great grandma was sick in the hospital and was in that room, and that's where my grandma was recruited to join MDH. So my grandma had no plans of working in healthcare, but she was taking care of her mom as a sick patient, and the nurse at the time came to her and was like, "You are such a great caretaker. Why are you not a nurse? Why are you not doing this as your full-time occupation?" And so my grandma decided that healthcare would be her lifetime and like 50 years. And so she started working for MDH and was recruited right out of my office. So I just find that to be a really special connection when I'm looking to bring people to this community. Like, the recruitment started in this office 50 years ago, and here I am starting a whole new legacy of recruiting people. And I just am so passionate about this community, and I just love living here. I moved back here from Quincy, chose to raise our family here just because we really love Macomb, and we really love being in McDonough County.
So obviously the personal touch, you got the great personal story. You love Macomb. What does MDH offer to the providers and the physicians? What's the sales point for you on the professional level?
So because we're a small rural healthcare organization, your voice is heard here much louder than when you're in a large organization. So when you're in one of those larger hospital systems, you might be one of 15 to 20 providers in a specialty. At MDH, you might be one of 2, you might be one of 1. And so your voice in that medical staff office is going to be the loudest one in the room about your specialty. And that's a really unique situation for a physician to be, the main voice for speaking for pediatrics or for speaking for orthopedics or whatever that specialty is. You're it. You're the guy. You're the one providing the care for the whole community. And you don't get that if you go to a large healthcare organization.
So those bonuses are probably obstacles in some cases as well.
Sure.
So how do you overcome those obstacles?
It really depends on the provider. If someone is really wanting to be in a place where they're not. They're just in the background. They don't want to be that main voice. I kind of have to tell them, this is unique. It's a unique community where you're going to go out into Walmart to get your groceries and run into one of your patients, and you're not going to find that everywhere. And that might be scary for you, thinking about, well, I don't want to mess somebody's care up and then run into them and have to explain it to all of Walmart. But it's just, you can also sell that as you're not going to go to Chicago and work somewhere where you're going to run into your patients every day.
Well, Lindsay, I appreciate you coming and talking to us today. Hopefully some people can understand more about MDH and how it's such a family-oriented business and so important to McDonough County and the surrounding area. Keep doing a good job, and maybe your little girl that wanted that 100 chicken nuggets can be the next generation to join MDH.
Exactly.
Well, we'll be back after halftime here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today, and make your voice heard.
Welcome back to the Washington Street Gym in Macomb, Illinois, as it's the Knoxville Blue Bullets in town to play the Macomb High Bombers. Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling bringing you Bombers sports all season long here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hulett. I want to thank Dylan for being on the camera today. Just under 2 minutes left in halftime. It's the Bombers 21, the Blue Bullets 18. This game being brought to you in part by Ron Elby Auto Sales, with locations in Macomb and Augusta. And with 80 years of car sales experience, Ron Elby Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car. In Macomb on East Jackson Street, stop in and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris. Or visit www.lbsellscars.com to check out their inventory. And Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling. Since 1960, Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling has provided the greater Macomb area with expert sales, service, and installation of quality home comfort systems. Call your local carrier dealer today at 309-833-2852 and find out how Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling delivers 365 days of indoor comfort. As we look at scoring from the first half, really balanced scoring for Knoxville. 3 points for Addie Orr, 4 points for Lexi Harshberger, 2 points for Callie Nelson, 2 points for Madison Hilgenberg, 2 points for Lainey Tuthill, and 5 points for Natalie Harshberger. For the Bombers, no surprise, they're led by 12 points by Kylie Robinson, 2 points for Sophie Wilson, 1 point for Catherine Stortsom, 4 points for Kennedy Allensworth, and 2 points for Madeline McClure. As we're underway here in the third quarter of play. Both teams have their starters on the floor. Oh, nice pass into Hilgenberg, and again, she just can't finish at the rim. The Blue Bullets have had so many good opportunities, both inside and out, and have not been able to make anything happen. And the Blue Bullets have switched to a 2-3 zone here, trying to alleviate the speed of the Bombers. The Bombers have not made a sports corner 3 yet today. McClure goes to the rack, gets the bucket shot off, but hits the short side of the rim. It comes right back to the Blue Bullets. But as I was saying, they have not shown the ability yet to hit from the outside, really. But, of course, neither team has done a whole lot of that. Natalie Harshberger's shot's off, no good. Drew Creasy tracks it down and comes back the other way. It looks like they're going to sink in and try to not let them drive, but Stortsom gets the drive off anyway. It's 2 straight trips down the floor against a 2-3 zone, and the Bombers have found good looks getting to the basket against the zone, which ideally shouldn't be as easy as the Bombers have made it look here early in this quarter, but I would think that the Blue Bullets' thought is to make them shoot from the outside until they prove they can do it. 6:25 remaining in the third quarter. Cowman to Hilgenberg, and she's going to get the bucket to fall that time. Madison Hilgenberg gets her 4th point. It's back to a 1-point game. There's 3 ties and 3 lead changes in the first half. 6:05 to go in the third quarter. Give a shout out to Shelby Burgett, who's in the house today. Tell I'm used to doing games at night. It's still morning, isn't it? It is, 20 till 12. It's still in the a.m., not even afternoon yet. First half was done and right at a half hour. I doubt that the second half will be done that quickly. That ball's finally inbounded but tipped out of bounds by Lexi Harshberger. Highly doubt the second half is done that quick. I would imagine if we're out of here by a quarter after, we'd be pretty lucky, but we'll see. No timeouts called in the first half, oddly enough, and no other jump balls. So there was no jump balls, no timeouts in the first half, which in a high school girls game is almost unheard of. There's a Sports Corner 3 short by Catherine Stortson. Dead on, just left it a little short. 5:36 to go in the third quarter. Wasn't a whole lot of fouls or foul shots. There's more fouls called in the second quarter than in the first. And there's a block and then lost it out of bounds. Did the Blue Bullets. And it's going to be Blue Bullet. There was not even a Bomber near that ball. Blue Bullets get a bonus there. Even they knew that they touched it last, but the referee says no, it was touched by the Bombers. Hilgenberg comes down with it, nearly stolen away by Creasy, and she got ran over by Creasy almost. Now right back to Cowman it goes. Cowman tries to go to the middle of the lane, but Ora was leaving. Sports Corner 3, Robinson hard off back iron that time. 5:05 to go. And the third quarter, Hilgenberg gives it to Lexi Harshberger. 4:56 remaining. Hilgenberg had it stolen away by Creasy. Creasy was diving for it. Hilgenberg literally grabbed her arm and spun her around. And no foul call. These officials want to get out of here on a Saturday morning also, apparently. Creasy with it left side. There's been a lot of pushing both ways. It has not been called. Robinson throws one up. She was just a little too far behind the backboard by the time she got the ball and was able to get the shot up. Back to Blue Bullets it goes. 4:18 to go. Lexi Harshberger to Natalie Harshberger. Skips it back to Lexi. Just got told Sophie's uncle is watching from Germany. Uncle Paul. Hello. I'll say hi to Sophie. I'm guessing it's Sophie Wilson's uncle. That's the only Sophie on either team. So Sophie Wilson's uncle Paul is watching from Germany. I want to say hello to him. Timeout on the floor is going to be charged to the Bombers. That basket never came up, and I hit the button again thinking I didn't push it. So timeout, first one of the game, charged to the Bombers. 4:09 to go. So Uncle Paul, if you're watching, you can hop into live chat and say hi to Sophie if you want to, if you're able to do that at all. As she'll be able to go back and see that you were watching and that you were able to say hi. I want to thank everybody that's watching from around the country and in this case around the world here on our Hulett PubliPro LLC YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us. We do greatly appreciate it. Again, share the link if you would. Let everybody know where you're watching, that it's available to be seen. The game being brought to you by Sports Corner at 124, Macomb's original local sports bar. Sports Corner at 124 with a focus on local sports. Catch WIU games and all the area TSSR Game Time live broadcasts at Sports Corner at 124. You'll be able to watch the Bombers tonight as they host Rock Falls, the boys team, playing host to Rock Falls from the hangar at Macomb High School, as we're at the original hangar, the Washington Street Gym with girls basketball here this evening. Madeline McClure down low, or this morning, counted in a foul for Madeline McClure. Bombers back to a 3-point lead. Foul is on Hilgenberg, her second. McClure's free throw off, no good. And now Creasy's going to pick up a foul. Her second. McClure has 4 points. 0 for 1 from the free throw line. 3:51 to go. And a travel is going to be called as Drew Creasy was all up in the grill of Lexi Harshbarger, and Harshbarger just kind of biting her cheeks to keep from saying anything, I think, right there. She just kind of put her head down, looked away, and walked away. Probably sometimes that's the best thing you can do, young lady. Good call. There's Kennedy Allensworth for 2. She's got 6. And the Bombers now have their largest lead of the game, again at 25-20. Creasy is going to pick up her 3rd foul. Team's second. Drew Creasy is going to take a seat. Sophie Wilson comes into the ballgame. Hilgenberg got it on the inbound. Now Lexi Ashcraft with it. 3:31 to go. Back to Hilgenberg. Two-person game over there on the far side. Finally it comes to Addie Orr with 3:20 remaining. Boy, they like the right side of the court, do the Blue Bullets. Allensworth gave a little body check. There's a 3 on the way by Lexi Ashcraft. It's good. Lexi Harshbarger, she's got 7. And it's a 2-point game, 25-23. Oh, big pile up as Emmerich, I think, is down there, and they're going to call a jump ball. That's the first one, and it'll be to Macomb. Knoxville will get the next one. Ella says, greetings from Germany. Uncle Paul and girlfriend Michaela are watching. Thank you, guys. Sophie will enjoy that. Also, Sports Corner in the house. They've got the game on up at the Sports Corner. Allensworth has come to life here for the Bombers. She's got 8 points now, and it's back to a 4-point game. Sports Corner's got the game on, so hop up to the Sports Corner if you want to get some good lunch. It's about that time, 10 till noon. Perfect time to go grab some food at the Sports Corner and get settled in because the Leathernecks play today as well. The women's game starts. There's a 3 by Hilgenberg. Madison Hilgenberg hits a triple. And it's a 1-point game, 27-26. 2:14 remaining. 3 on the way by Wilson. It's good. A Sports Corner 3 for Sophie Wilson. Wilson has 5. And the first Sports Corner 3 of the game for the Bombers. Now a 3 by Orr is long. It bounces back into the hands of McClure. She loses it, though. Coming up off the floor with it was Lexi Ashcraft. She left that short, gets her own rebound, jump ball, possession to Knoxville. 1:49 to go as the action is picked up here at the Washington Street Gym between 2 old Olympic Conference foes, Knoxville and Macomb. Prairieland Conference it is again for Knoxville. Now a foul is going to be called on Madeline McClure. Her second, team's 3rd of the quarter. A couple free throws coming for number 22, Madison Hilgenberg. She's got 7 points. Missed that one. She'll stay at 7. She's 0 of 1 from the free throw line now. Big shot by Sophie Wilson, answering a 3 by Hilgenberg at one end. Right back down the court. She gets a Sports Corner 3. Second one off as well. 4 of 4 from the free throw line in the first half were the Blue Bullets. 0 of 2 here in quarter number 3. Emmerich missed that 3, but away from the basketball and the rebound. A foul is going to be called on Natalie Harshbarger, I believe. It's either on her or Rask. It is on Harshbarger. It'll be her second. Robinson's shot left it long. Rebounded by the Blue Bullets. Chance to cut into the 4-point lead. Rask with it far side, and they call her for the travel. She did shuffle her feet before she put the ball down. Abernathy checks in for McClure. Stortzum checks in for Emmerich for the Bombers. 1:23 remaining here in quarter number 3. Wilson brings it up the floor now. Stortzum with it. 1:13 remaining. She picks up the dribble, hands it off to Robinson. Good defense there. They might be playing a box and one, actually, it looks like now. They are playing a box and one on Robinson. Shot by Stortzum off, no good. Hilgenberg with the rebound. 55 seconds left, and that's going to be tipped out of bounds. Good job by Wilson to get into the passing lane on what was a good pass to Rask, but it goes out of bounds with exactly 53 seconds remaining. And a 4-point lead for the Bombers here in quarter number 3. Not a good entry pass right to Robinson, really, and then a foul is going to be called. That's probably not a bad foul. I don't think they were going to be able to beat Robinson down the floor. Rask is going to, Lexi Harshbarger is going to pick up the foul. It'll be her second, team's fourth. 50.2 seconds remaining. Little line inbounds play, but there was nothing going. It is a box and one on Robinson. Emerson Rask has drawn the duties of following Robinson around everywhere she goes. 3, good for Catherine Stortzum, a sports corner 3 for the Bombers. And with 32 seconds left, the Bombers have their largest lead of the game here in quarter number 3 at 33-26. Catherine Stortzum has 4 points now. 3 sports corner threes for the Bombers here in quarter number 3. And now Kennedy Allensworth is going to pick up a foul about 80 feet from the basket. It'll be her first, team's fourth. Neither team has made it into the bonus in any quarter yet, but both are on the husp of it here if they can get another foul in the final 25 seconds. A little push off there by Harshbargers. Now Natalie Harshbarger with it. She just pulls up. Jumper from about 16 feet is good. Natalie Harshbarger has 7 points. The sophomore playing a good game. The Bombers up by 5. 3 on the way. Good! A sports corner 3 for Catherine Stortzum. She has 7 points now. And that's how quarter number 3 comes to an end. An offensive outburst by both teams, but more for the Bombers. They lead by 8 at the end of 3 quarters. We'll head to the 4th when we get back. You're watching Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage of Macomb High Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We're now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
Welcome back to the Washington Street Gym in Macomb, Illinois, as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bombers sports to TSSR Game Time Live.
For those of you returning next weekend, the game time has been set for 1 o'clock. The regional quarterfinal game, the Bombers in Knoxville, that game will be played at Macomb High School.
So regionals tomorrow or next Saturday between these two teams will be Knoxville. 1 o'clock at Macomb High School for the regional matchup between these two teams. It'll be at Macomb High School, however. So it's now looks like they've went to a straight man-to-man have Knoxville Blue Bullets here in the 4th quarter. They had more success with that, in all honesty. The Bombers were able to have other players step up and hit some big buckets against the box and one. There's Robinson, a reverse layup. What a pass and what a shot by Kylie Robinson. Robinson didn't score in the 3rd quarter, but her team built its largest lead of the game, and now they're up by 10. Now Stortson with the steal. She's got a 1-on-2 across to Allensworth. Lost it, but gathers it back, and Allensworth gets 2 more. And the Bombers pulling away here early in the fourth quarter as Allensworth has 10. 7:08 remaining. Tuthill with it for the Blue Bullets. From behind, and she picked it up and really drug that back foot. It looked like might have got away with one there. Oh, what a drive by Lexi Harshberger as Lexi Harshberger gets the bucket. She's got 9 points now for the Blue Bullets. 6:50 to go. A little hesitation dribble, and then right to the rack went Lexi Harshberger. And with 6:45 to go, the Bombers lead back to 10. And then Hilgenberg is going to pick up the foul. It'll be her third, team's first of the quarter. .6:42 remains. Aaliyah Abernathy at the free throw line. She has not scored yet today. The Bombers are up by 10, 40-30. High off back iron, no good. First free throw attempt for Abernathy. Somebody took the lid off the baskets because both teams have been scoring a whole bunch more points here in the final 3 or 4 minutes. And Tuthill just laid on Stortson and pushed her out of bounds. And Stortson stepped on the line. It's a turnover to the Blue Bullets. Sometimes I feel like they don't call fouls when they weren't intentional, but, I mean, she pushed her, not on purpose. I mean, she was falling. It wasn't not necessarily even her fault, but she still pushed her. Now Robinson nearly swiped that away. Now she is going to get the steal. She knocked it right to Sophie Wilson. Back the other way in a hurry. 3-on-1. Creasy to the rack. Throws it off the bottom of the backboard. Wilson gathers it up. Out to Robinson. Top of the key for 3. Good! A sports corner 3 for Kylie Robinson from Sophie Wilson. Robinson has 17 points now for the Bombers. And the largest lead of the game at 43-30. Now a steal. Stortson pull-up jumper, hard off back iron, gets her own rebound. Robinson 3, good! A sports corner 3 for Kylie Robinson. She's got 20. She's got 8 points in the quarter, and a foul going to be called on Sophie Wilson. That'll be Wilson's first foul, team's first of the quarter, I do believe. Hilgenberg to inbound as the Bombers have kind of started getting the rhythm a little bit better when they started pressing. And it's just continued to build. And now the three-pointers, the sports corner threes, have really started to fall for the Bombers. And that has spelt trouble for the Blue Bullets as it's a 16-point game now. Lexi Harshberger with it on the far side. Down to Cowman. Cowman goes in against Allensworth, who's played a great game. Kennedy Allensworth has played very well for the Bombers today. Addie Orr sticking that forearm out there. She's going to drive to the rack, and she's going to draw a foul as Emmerich didn't quite get there in time and then kind of leaned into it. She wasn't quite in the right spot. Addie Orr is going to be shooting 2 free throws. Foul's going to be called on Haley Emmerich. It'll be her second, team second. Addie Orr shooting a couple free throws. She's got 3 points in the game, has not been to the free throw line. 5:27 to go in the fourth quarter. She hits the first one. If the Blue Bullets want to get back in this is definitely the kind of thing they have to do. And when they get to the free throw line, they got to make the free throws. She missed that one, though. Allensworth with the rebound. The Blue Bullets just 1 of 4 from the free throw line here in the second half. Drew Creasy for 3, left it short. It's going to be tracked down by Hilgenberg before it went out of bounds near the half-court line of all places. 5:10 to go in the basketball game. Lexi Harshberger with it. Skips it across to Addie Orr. She's going to try a 3, well short. Barely got rim. It's tipped around, and Allensworth comes down with it. 5 minutes remaining. Timeout on the floor, charged to the Bombers. It's a 30-second timeout. The Bombers will have 3 timeouts remaining. This game being brought to you tonight this afternoon by Pond Plus. Pond Plus is proud to have served Macomb and the surrounding area for over 20 years, providing cash for most items of value. Pond Plus is the area's largest seller of used items, including firearms. They also provide on-site jewelry repair and are open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday. They have a great selection of jewelry, electronics, tools, and video games located at 324 West Jackson Street in Macomb between Erico and Taco Bell. And Community News Brief, they have their weekly or their 2 editions weekly of their new newspaper. They also have their midweek community news brief weekly edition. You can get them mailed to your house. For more information, visit Community News Brief at Facebook or online. 4:50 to go here in the basketball game. Bombers lead by 15, 46-31. And I got to see if I got that score up there. I did. 4:40 remaining. The Bombers now not in as much of a hurry. Stortsom going to take a three nonetheless. Missed it. And Orr went over the top of Emmerich, and the ball tracked down into the corner. And nope, I thought they were going to call a foul, but they just called off of Emmerich. And about one of the worst places you could inbound in the world is right in a corner, and that's where it's going to have to be inbounded there by Kalman. But she gets it right into Hilgenberg, gets it over to Lexi Harshberger, who goes back to Hilgenberg with 4:18 remaining. We saw in the first quarter where the Blue Bullets used their side. Oh, there's nice ball movement and movement without the basketball. We haven't seen much of that here in the second half. Hilgenberg is going to get the bucket. She's got 9 points now, and it's down to a 13-point game. I was going to say the Bombers did not pressure in the first quarter, and it allowed the Knoxville Blue Bullets to really control pace and use their size. Once the Bombers started pressuring in the second quarter, it's kind of opened things up, and Allensworth off the bench has had an outstanding game for the Bombers. She's got 12 points and opens the lead back up to 15. And even up by 15, the Bombers still pressuring. It's making the Blue Bullets use a lot of time in the backcourt just to get it across half court. 3:27 to go. Addie Orr, Stortsom's on hers. Orr drives, kicks it out to Natalie Harshberger. 3:18 remaining in the fourth quarter. Orr for three, rattled in and out, and Robinson's going to track down the rebound. 3:10 remaining. So we approach the 3-minute mark. I think my math tells me correctly, that'd be 180 seconds left in the game. 15-point basketball game. Robinson gives it to Kennedy Allensworth. A near line change coming in for the Blue Bullets. They got 4 subs sitting on the far side over there. That's all they have is 4 players on the bench. So it's as much of a line change as they can have. 2:33 to go. Now Robinson with it. She's going to drive. Kicks it out. Stortsom three, top of the key. Good! A sports corner three for Catherine Stortsom. She's got 10 now. All but one here in the second half. 2:10 remaining as the Bombers get the steal and save it inbounds. Creasy going to come to Stortsom. Stortsom picked up by Addie Orr. 2 minutes remaining. And the subs that are waiting to come in have been sitting there for over a minute now for Knoxville. And there's the turnover and a dead ball that'll get the subs in. End of the game is Callie Nelson, Tuthill, Rask, and number 24 again, who I don't have on my sheet. And actually everybody, unless it's Allie Kavanaugh or Riley Jansen. Natalie Harshbarger's the only one that stayed in the game. Natalie Harshbarger jumper off, no good. Tracked down by Drew Creasy off the floor. And she had Stortsom wide open and didn't throw it. And Stortsom just kind of giggled. And a timeout on the floor for the Bombers. It's going to be a substitution timeout. Bunch of subs coming in for the Bombers. Kendall Danner, Sophie Wilson, Aaliyah Abernathy, Ella Hare, and Madeline McClure coming back in. McClure is a starter, but she hadn't played for quite some time. 1:27. They are going to take the 30-second timeout, apparently. I thought they were just going to come in and do the substitution, but they did not. So it is Ella Hare, number 21, Aaliyah Abernathy, 24, Sophie Wilson, number 3, number 2, Kendall Danner, and Madeline McClure is number 32 in the game for the Bombers. 1:25. And it's turnover from McClure, 1:15 remaining. Right side, it goes to Rask. Rask going to drive on Wilson, gives her a little forearm shiver, no foul call. They're probably going to let this one run as best they can unless it's a horribly flagrant, obvious foul with 1 minute to go. They're not going to want to stop the clock here. It's 51-33, an 18-point game. Bombers with the lead. And they call a charge on Tuthill, I do believe. No free throws to be shot on that. Oh, they called it on number 24. I don't know who number 24 is. Wilson, 40 seconds, throws that one away. Rask going to drive. She's got a chance to get one in, and she does. Emerson Rask gets the bucket. Her first. She's a freshman. She's got the makings of a good ball player. She was the one that was charged with the task of guarding Kylie Robinson in the third quarter when they did a box and one, and she did a really good job as Madeline McClure gets another bucket for the Bombers. McClure's got 6. 3 seconds left. And a foul on McClure with 1.4 seconds remaining, and it's going to be Rask going to the free throw line. (53-35) currently. Rask first free throw, good. She's got 3. I will tell you, we're not going to take a whole lot of time here for a pregame. She banked that one in on a Saturday early afternoon. We're not going to take a whole lot of time in a pregame because we've got West Prairie basketball at 1 o'clock that we have to get to, and then Bomber basketball at 4 o'clock back here in Macomb at the Macomb High School. So that's the final here from Macomb, Washington Street Gym. The Bombers get a 53-37 win over Knoxville. Leading scorers, 20 points for Kylie Robinson for the Bombers, 10 points for Catherine Stortzum, 12 points for Kennedy Allensworth, 5 points for Sophie Wilson, 6 points for Madeline McClure. Aaliyah Abernathy was 0 for 1 from the free throw line. Make it 0 for 2 from the free throw line. To lead the scoring for the Blue Bullets, 9 points for Lexi Harshbarger, 9 points for Madison Hilgenberg, 4 points for Addie Orr, 2 points for Callie Nelson, 4 points for Emerson Rask, 2 points for Lainey Tuthill, and 7 points for Natalie Harshbarger. So that'll do it here from Macomb, Illinois, the Washington Street Gym. The Bombers get a win in the preview of the opening round of regionals next Saturday. That game will be here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH at 1 o'clock as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bombers sports to TSSR Game Time Live. The final here from Washington Street. 53-37. Bombers get a win. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you on our YouTube channel at 1 o'clock from West Prairie High School as the West Prairie boys play the Brimfield Indians. And then the Bombers host Rock Falls starting at 4 o'clock. All kinds of basketball all day long. And if you want to go to the Sports Corner, check out the WIU games. Women are first, men are second this afternoon from SEMO. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again very soon.